Well, we're continuing to explore machine learning here at the Amazon Game Tech booth at GDC. I'm joined by Sung Soo, who's one of our solutions architects, who's been applying this to abnormal player behaviors and analytics. Sung Soo, tell me a little bit about how we're actually using machine learning in this application.
Yeah, so this is the basic diagram of what we did with a really legacy game. And you don't have really room to implement new stuff on the game itself. So what we use is we got the existing log exporting infrastructure and then overlaid our AI and ML mechanism using SageMaker, and to provide a basically toxic player cleanup and toxic behavior identification without telling what is a toxic behavior.
Okay, now that's a little tricky. If I'm understanding as a game developer, if I'm looking at many of the problems I might have, some of them of course are negatives. I don't want to be off-putting to my player base, but at the same time I want to make sure that my good players are seeing that we're taking proactive steps. So walk me through this architecture then.
Sure. So, like up to here, this was what my customer had before we actually introduced. Then we introduced the concept of data lake, like storing the data, processing it, and then we were able to use our Athena to grab some good case studies and bad case studies and use those two artifacts to have our SageMaker dig into the data, terabytes, petabytes of data, to identify some nice behavior versus bad behavior. And as all AI and ML system goes, there's a slider that you can choose to decide who are the real naughty players or not.
So this is super valuable if you're a game developer, because obviously you don't want to be out there like telling you you're a bad player, but we have to make sure and clean up. At the end of the day, your customers like success?
Well, the customer really loved it. The developers loved it. The publisher loved it. Their CXOs, they all loved it. But there was only one problem that they were not able to resolve. That was their customer support folks. Their workload quadrupled.
Oh no. Well, so if you're considering doing this, obviously there's a lot to take into consideration, but we've got folks like Sung Soo, solutions architects, who will help you implement machine learning in your game. We've got a lot more to show you in innovations around the Amazon Game Tech booth here at GDC 2019. Please come back.